Hi everyone, it's Gabfer here, and I've been recently asked a question. Please make a video for the viewers to discover what they're passionate with. So I recently made a video titled I Want to Give Up, where I talked about how motivation, burnout, anxiety all appear in your work and normal life. And I've also kind of went off a tangent on that video about passion, and people really wanted to know how do they find passion, because that is really a topic that everybody likes to talk about. Just finding your passion. What do you like? What do you want to do for the rest of your life? And it's a hard topic, honestly. However, I believe people view it too much from like a one-dimensional perspective. Passion is not just a surface level thing. For example, for me, you might say, oh well, he makes YouTube videos, he's passionate about YouTube videos, he must be passionate about YouTube. But that isn't true. YouTube isn't my passion. It's an outlet for me to show my passion. Just like Spotify isn't a musician's passion, music is. I like to tell stories, I like to entertain people, and YouTube is just one way for me to earn revenue and fulfill that passion. However, when you're looking for your passion, you have four aspects to consider, not just one. It's just like, oh, okay, I wanna make music, so I'm gonna make music. There is actually four aspects to consider when you're trying to feel fulfilled when making your passion. First one is the neurological, second is the spiritual, third is the psychological, and fourth is the environmental. Now, these points are taken from Dr. K's Guide to Passion, which you should watch after this one. I'll just kind of like shorten down the points that he talked about because it's a really long video, and add some of my insight, what I think passion is. So, first of all is the neurological standpoint. What gets your brain ticking? Is it problem solving, creative work, being active? For me, it's creative work. It's creating stuff and then sharing it with other people. For me, that could be anything. Music, filmography, writing, making videos, barking for fictional women. It's anything that I can create with passion. And then second aspect, spiritual. The thought of what excites you, what makes you like, what gives you that warm feeling in your gut that tells you, okay, I really want to do this. And don't say video games and watching reels, that is not passion. For me, it's either comedy or deep philosophical topics. I kind of like talk about my comedy outlet in my main channel. I like to laugh, I like to make other people laugh. And the deep psychological topics are fulfilled when I watch anime and I put myself into the characters, when the topics are deep, when I can like find symbolisms in the characters. I've been recently watching Avatar: The Last Bender and I've been really enjoying that show. But that's kind of what I'm doing with this channel, like talking about philosophical topics. So it doesn't go hand in hand. You can have multiple things you're passionate about, but I think you should find an outlet for all of them. Then the next question is, when did you feel fulfilled? For me, when a project I work on is finished, that is when I'm fulfilled. And it's not just like a weekly upload video. I mean when a long-term project is finished. I felt that way with the Mob Psycho video, I felt that way with the Freerun video, I felt that way with the Jujutsu Kaisen video, and the Demon Slayer video, and the Chainsaw Man video is like one of the videos I am most proud of to date. What else? I can check my chat. Nah, it doesn't matter. So yeah, when do you really feel fulfilled? And then another question to ask for yourself is, when did work feel easy to you? For me, I have two conditions. I have to be enjoying what I'm writing, and I have to be inspired to write about that or like create anything. Then the third thing to consider is the psychological aspect. So what working condition do you prefer? For me, I am an early riser. I like to wake up early, and that's when I was most productive. That's when I do the most amount of work. And then I really like to work from home. Just like being in a public environment and like having all the noise distract me really puts me out of my flow state. But you might be completely different from what I am. Maybe you like to work at night, and maybe you like to work in a public setting. Who knows? That's what it's up to you to discover. And fourth is the environment. What kind of environment do you have to be in to do the most amount of fulfilling work? For example, if you think of maybe you had like a science team in science class in primary school, where you had to work with a bunch of people, and think about, was that enjoyable? Was that not enjoyable? Maybe that's something that you have to do, work with other people, be in an office. If you think that's what makes you fulfilled, then you're one step closer to finding your passion. But yeah, that's it for the aspects to consider when finding your passion. But still, I haven't really answered the question on how to find your passion. well, it's not just gonna appear one day, right? But you gotta think of yourself as like an orb. Your passion is an orb now, and that orb has layers on top of it. You have layer upon layer upon layer upon layer upon layer, and then on the last layer you have all the distractions, which is social media, your phone, your computer, just things that distract you where you can't really think. That's why meditation is such an amazing practice for finding your passion, because you eliminate all the thoughts in your brain, and then after that, that orb below all the layers starts speaking to you. And only after you kind of reach this enlightened state, which we call the end of thought, after you think, and you have no more thoughts left in your brain, that's when you're just kind of gonna start moving towards your passion. You're just gonna start thinking, okay, what do I like? What do I not like? And the more you ask yourself, okay, I need to find my passion, the less it's gonna work. You literally, all you have to do is sit in an empty room without distractions, without your phone, maybe a journal will work, and just write what you can think of. And when you get to the end of thought, that's when passion is gonna start kicking in. Now, getting to the end of thought is not an easy thing. Our brains hate to be bored. There was a Harvard study done a while ago where there was a bunch of students who were placed in a room with a button that electrocuted them if they pressed it. I think they were in that room for 60 minutes, and 90% of the people clicked on, don't quote me on that number, but I think it was 90% of people clicked on the button and electrocuted them. Meanwhile, they could have just sat there still. Our brain does not like to be bored. So finding your passion and getting to the end of thought is not gonna be an easy thing. But once you do find your passion, another topic we could talk about is, should you make passion your work? And I think yes, as long as you don't let the work aspect overshadow your passion. I, for example, let that happen multiple times. The nearest one was when I was keeping up a weekly upload schedule. Now, keeping up a weekly upload schedule is good because YouTube likes you and it's gonna promote your videos and you can experiment with content, but it doesn't allow my passion to really be felt in these videos because they're made on a weekly basis and I barely have time to really put thought and emotions in them. I'm just like, okay, I need to talk about this video for this week, and then the next video next week. Meanwhile, if you're working on a multi-week basis, which YouTube doesn't like that much, you can create like longer videos that are more profound in like every aspect, which is what I'm kind of gonna turn into now. My videos are gonna get longer and I'm gonna post a bit less because that's what I believe makes me passionate. But I might discover something new while I'm doing that. My YouTube is constantly changing and I'm constantly changing as a person, and what makes me tick today might not make me tick another day, or maybe in 1 week, and maybe I'll just like, okay, maybe I don't want to do this anymore, maybe I want to do something else, maybe I'll drop this channel after like a month because I got bored of these philosophical topics. Your passion is gonna change constantly, and that's what the layers that I talked about are about. You imagine that orb again that has a lot of layers on it, right? When you discover your passion, you'll start peeling that layer off, and you'll peel it off, and then after you peel that layer off, you'll peel another layer, and these layers could be completely different from one another. One might be creating YouTube videos like I do, then another one might be, actually I want to make a manga, then you're gonna make a manga, and then after you make a manga, I was like, actually I want a successful music career. I'm sure Dream did that. I don't think he posts Minecraft videos anymore. I think he really likes to make music now, and that's fine, that's normal, that's gonna happen to all of us. Now to quickly recap everything we talked about: neurological, what gets your brain thinking; spiritual, what excites you; when did you feel fulfilled; when was work easy for you; psychological, what working conditions do you like; and environmental, how do you like to work; night owl, early riser, do you like to work alone, with other people; what work-life balance do you prefer. These are questions I think you should journal about, think about, and that's a huge step toward discovering your passion. However, I can't give you a 100% concrete answer because I don't have one. Passion, just like I said, passion is not a one-dimensional aspect, and it's a hard thing to discover. But if I can do it, then you can do it too. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions like this, deep philosophical questions that I can make videos about, please let me know. I need these questions. I barely get one per day, so go ahead. It can be anything. It doesn't even have to be philosophical. You can just ask me, oh, I can't stop thinking about furry porn. I can't stop thinking about this girl. Anything that you'd like to hear my thoughts on and that maybe I can help you with. But for now, thank you so much for spending time on this video, and goodbye, my Gab Perusis.